There are so many truths in this universe that we know about. All is one, for example. We know that. All of you would pass that exam in here. But can you activate that truth is the question. Can you actually have enough energetic units in you to take that truth from a knowledgeable sixth chakra mental level and afford its electricity, turn on its juice so that it circulates through your biology, so that it circulates through the entire energetic ecology of your planet that you live on? Can you do that? For most people, that truth is a book on a shelf. They go into a coffee shop and they take the book down and they read about all is one and they know it's true, but they can't access the electricity. They can't get high off of it. They just know it's true. It's a goal they want to reach. Now let's go back to this example or experience. You've forgiven somebody. You really have done it. You are now snorting forgiveness juice. Right? And you have extra fuel like you've never known it before. Now, if I were your angel, I would put in front of you a new perception that you have previously only known, but now you can afford it. Now you can afford it. And when I say afford it, what does that mean? It means once you can afford a perception, you are giving it permission to reorganize your life. I've watched us again and again sabotage the road to consciousness. We all do it. We all say, I want to become a fully conscious person. And then when I say to my students, well, what does that mean? They always give me very etheric answers that don't mean anything. That means I'll be in full harmony. With what? With myself. What does that mean? Peace. What does that mean? Tranquility. You already said that. All-knowing. All-knowing what? All-knowing everything. What does that mean? Awareness. Awareness of what? And this is the way the question goes. I pondered this for a long time, and what I realized is if you answer a question with meat on the bones, meaning I want awareness of myself, I want awareness of why I have the shadow I do, not in a punitive sense, the shadow only means that part of me I don't see. I want to know why when I look at something it scares me. I want to know why I don't have faith in God under these circumstances, but only under these. I want to know why I always pray to get my own way, because if I really studied my prayers, that's what they are. I want my own way. I want to know why I really don't trust anything in this universe. I want to know why I'm not a forgiving person. I want to know why the only quality and level of love I reach is self-serving. There, those are the questions I want answered, God. Give it to me. Every one of us knows that if we said those, give me those, I want those, because I need those questions. I need to know those questions in order to become this thing called conscious. So give it to me. Because every one of you has to know that you can say, I want to become conscious, and it is not a package you receive on your front door. It is a path work. It is a discipline, repeat discipline. We don't use that word because it's uncomfortable. And what does it mean? It means that your life has to then contain the challenges that will bring to the surface the answers to the questions you are asking. If we pray, help me to be forgiving, then you're going to get at least 300 people you can't forgive. How else will you learn? You think a textbook will do it? This is hardcore work in the field. This is how we learn. We don't have physical bodies if we did not need physical experiences. So now with every one of those learnings, think of this. We get a new wire in our system. We're getting rewired. We're getting reprogrammed. For what? So that we can take a truth, the truth that we saw on our horizon that motivated this journey in the first place, that all is one, we can take that truth and afford its new electrical voltage. And if you suddenly have 3,000 inspirations that naturally stem from a perception that great, you're going to have to do a whole new inspired life, aren't you? And what if that whole new inspired life says, I now know in this divine mystical revelation that all is one. And you're talking to someone who hasn't reached that electricity point. And they say, yeah, well, all is one. Yeah, right. What do you want for lunch? And you say, you don't understand. I know it. It's in my blood now. It's in my body. It's in my mind. It's in my soul. And therefore, I have to incarnate a life that allows that teaching and truth to come into me. What does that mean? It may mean you leave everything behind that you know that could not live with the electricity of that voltage because you're wired differently. You can walk into your home again. I mean it as basic as this. You can walk into your home, you can walk into an office, you can walk into a relationship, and it no longer serves the all-is-one truth that you're now plugged into. It served you learning it, but it doesn't serve you now that you've learned it. It doesn't serve you in the creation of what will come next from it. You are on the other side of that truth. You've gone from learning it to having learned it. You've gone to the level of needing to be someone who does something in the physical world with it, from it doing something in you to you doing something with it. You are now a totally transformed being. And the world that was your classroom is no longer essential. It's a very frightening part of your life. You enter in here, that dark space, the dark night. This is a form of the dark night of the soul. In you go. I'm telling you, you were born knowing that with every truth you electrify, you enter a type of dark night. Because with the ecstasy comes the agony. These two principles stand together. They always have and they always will. This is one of the reasons I see again and again and again that people sabotage their spiritual path because we are frightened of this. We are frightened of this thing called God because this energy called God will change, does change our physical life. That is the way it is. It will always be that. And here comes another level of empowerment.